Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is round 2 of our league challenge that happened at Die Hard Games on December 19th, 2024. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, featuring casual and tournament play of whatever format everyone wants. League Challenge Thursday, January 9th at 6 p.m. Central at Die Hard Games. Go see more info in this video's description and check out Pokemon's event locator for premiere and other events at the shop, such as league challenges, league cups, pre-releases, and more. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's get into this game. On the left, we've got Lost Zone. On the right, Regidrago. Looks like our Regidrago player on the right hand side is going first for us this round, as they open with Squawkabilly EX in the active spot and start with a Nest Ball. That item card allows them to search their deck for a basic Pokemon to put onto the bench. It also gives them an opportunity to look through their deck for the first time and do their best to try to determine what is prized, what they'll have access to, until they start pulling those precious prize cards. Looks like our Nest Ball is going to find a Regidrago V, the basic of the main attacker of this deck. They'd like to get a Teal Mask Ogerpon EX down as well, so let's see if they are able to do so. Ultra Ball discarding a Radiant Charizard and I think an Energy Switch in order to search the deck for a Pokemon, basic or evolution. Depending on what's in hand, yeah, it's probably going to be one of the dragon attackers that Regidrago V-Star copies from the discard pile. That Kyurem is being pulled out of the deck, and I wonder if you even put that just onto the bench. Wonder if that's how you go about this matchup against Lost Zone. Either way, Super Rod is going to shuffle back into the deck that Radiant Charizard, and it was actually a superior energy retrieval discarded earlier, not an energy switch. That Kyurem, while they're shuffling, is pretty crucial in this Lost Zone matchup. It's got the Plasma Bane ability. If your opponent has any cards in a discard pile that have Chorus in their name, this Pokemon can use the Trifrost attack for a single colorless energy. And the Trifrost attack normally costs 2 water, 2 metal, and a colorless, but you know, if the Chorus Experiment deck is going to have a Chorus in the discard pile, the Kyurem Regidrago player could use Trifrost for a single colorless energy, discard all energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 110 damage to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon. So I wonder if that's better in this matchup in the discard pile or on the bench. If it's on the bench, only the Kyurem can use the attack, of course. If it's in the discard pile, any Regidrago V-Star could copy that attack with its Apex Dragon attack. But we'll see how things play out here. Just some things to keep in mind, as Squawkin' Seas is being used now on that Squawkabilly EX to discard the hand and draw 6 fresh new cards on this first turn of the game. That ability can only be used then. Now an Ultra Ball. An Ultra Ball discards a Gudra V-Star and that Radiant Charizard again to search the deck for a Teal Mask Ogerpon EX and put that on to the bench. Hopefully there are some grass energy in hand, at least one, of course, to start dancing here. We do see a Teal Dance. Accelerate an energy to that Teal Mask Ogerpon EX and draw a card. Energy Switch will now move that energy over to the Regidrago V. And it looks like it's a pass with 1 card in hand for our Regidrago player. Time to do Lost Zone things. Radiant Greninja, discard an energy. Draw 2 cards over on our left-hand side here, the Lost Zone side. We need some Comfey, and there's a Nest Ball, so we've got at least 1 Comfey. Remember, Nest Ball allows the player to look through their deck, find a basic Pokemon to put onto the bench, and it is that Lost Origin pre-release Comfey. That's my favorite one, I think. I think that one's a little cooler than the full art even. Anyways, you're not here for my favorite prince of cards. You're here to see this Lost Zone Pikachu, right? As the switch card moves the Comfey into the active spot, it can now use flower selecting to look at the top 2 cards of the deck, send this metal energy to the Lost Zone, keep that other card, another Comfey. Hits the board, switch, moves it into the active spot. Flower selecting number 2, looking at the top 2 cards of the deck, sending Buddy Buddy Pop into the Lost Zone in favor of that Course's Experiment that gets played now. That supporter card has you look at the top 5 cards of the deck, send 2 of them to the Lost Zone, and keep 3 of them. What are the 3 most important cards in this hand, considering what's in the discard, what's in the Lost Zone, what's in hand, what's in deck? Finally, Psychic and Switch get sent to the Lost Zone here. Course Experiment is in the discard pile, so that Kyurem ability would be online, the Plasma Bane. Either way, Nest Ball now gets played, another one, to search the deck for that Manaphy. Nice. Protection against the Trifrost even. So maybe it wasn't incorrect to send the Kyurem to the discard pile there, because the Manaphy could come down and pretty much just shut down that strategy anyways. Things to consider here in the Professor's Lab today. That Manaphy, of course, has the Water Veil, Wave Veil ability that protects the bench Pokemon from attack damage on their side of the field. Anything else for our Lost Zone player here as they check out their grip? They've got a pretty good hand. It seems a couple of Mirage Gate at least. So our play will resume over on Regidrago's side on the right hand side. Ultra Ball discarding the Dragapult EX and another card in order to search the deck for that Regidrago V-Star. Of course, the Regidrago V-Star has the Apex Dragon attack for 2 grass and a fire. Choose an attack from a Dragon-type Pokemon in your discard pile and use it as this attack. What are we seeing here? Okay, we're seeing the Legacy Star straight away. Okay, next, Regidrago V-Star uses Legacy Star. Its V-Star power ability. During your turn, you may discard the top 7 cards of your deck, then put up to 2 cards from your discard pile into your hand. Legacy Star. Discarding the top 7. What 2 cards do we need now? We need Fire Energy. I think we need too much. In order to see a Regidrago attack, we need Fire Energy, Grass Energy, Energy Switch, and then Switch to get into the active spot. There's 2 of the pieces. This is what is it, a 4-piece combo? So it might be a Squawkabilly Motivate turn here, unfortunately, as the player returns the yeah, we've got 2 of the pieces, but you have to discard one of them with the Earthen Vessel to use. So yeah, just not looking good for our Regidrago player here as they bring back Earthen Vessel and Energy Switch to their hand. They immediately discard the Energy Switch with the Earthen Vessel in order to search the deck for up to 2 basic energy. Fire and Grass. Okay, they can get a Fire and a Grass, attach the Fire, or probably just Teal Dance first, but they're actually going for double Grass. Interesting. It's probably just thinking about doing Motivate. Okay, Grass Energy gets attached to the active. I would have liked to have seen the Teal Dance first to see what we draw, but Teal Dance accelerates energy to the Teal Mask Ogre Pond to draw a card. It could have been a Professor's Research, and then you would have had the Fire in hand, but it's the Regidrago V. Let's put that onto the bench. Squawkabilly uses Motivate to deal 20 to the opponent's active Pokemon, and then accelerate a Fire Energy to the bench Regidrago. Looks like that's it. They're shuffling their discard pile here. That's okay, we've all been there. Alright, and then that's the turn 2 for a Regidrago player as play resumes over on the left-hand Lost Zone side with a... I'm blanking on the attack name now, but Comfey's ability name, excuse me, Comfey. Look at the top two cards, send one to the Lost Zone, keep the other card, and Course Experiment is played now. Looking at the top 5 cards of the deck, send 2 to the Lost Zone, keep the other 3. Flower selecting, that's that Comfey's ability, of course. Now just making the hard Course Experiment choice, which cards do I need to get rid of in order to keep? And they're gone for the rest of the game as Sableye and Hisuian Heavy Ball hit the Lost Zone here. We've got the 7 in the Lost Zone, meaning Mirage Gate is unlocked. Next, Pokestops get put into play and used, discarding the top 3 cards of the deck, and then any items discarded this way are sent to the player's hand. So Lost Vacuum goes to the hand, double energy to the discard. 2 energy hit could be big, but there's Super Rod in hand, so that doesn't matter. So now can they find the Pikachu EX, or just a relevant attacker to power up? As Night Stretcher gets played to bring back a basic energy from the discard pile to the hand, just to get discarded with the Radiant Greninja's concealed cards to draw 2 more cards. There is a Nest Ball now, so we could find a basic Pokemon to put onto the bench from the deck, and it looks like it will be that Pikachu EX. I think I saw the Prime Catcher in hand as well, so is this just the ridiculous hand for our Lost Zone player here, with our Regidrago players slowish turn 1 and 2? Yeah, okay. They've got KO on the opposing Regidrago V-Star on the bench. So first, Mirage Gate. That item card can be played when you have 7 or more cards in the Lost Zone in order to accelerate 2 different basic energy from the deck to your Pokemon in any way you like. Steel and Lightning energy getting accelerated to that Pikachu EX. Its attack, Topaz Bolt, deals 300 damage, discard 3 energy from this Pokemon, but it costs a Grass, a Lightning, and a Metal. But no problem when you got Mirage Gate, as the Lightning and Metal gets attached to that Pikachu, accelerated to the Pikachu. Grass gets manually attached for a turn to the Pikachu. Oh my gosh. Rescue Board gets attached to the active, giving it free retreat. It retreats into the other Comfey. Another flower selecting is used, sending another card to the Lost Zone, keeping another one in the hand there. Pretty populated that Lost Zone is now, as a Prime Catcher, the pink card, is used as a Guzma. Bring up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon into the active spot, and then you do the same. Regidrago V-Star is targeted, of course, with its 280 HP. Pikachu EX then moves into the active spot. It can do 300 damage. You guys do the math. Anything else for our Lost Zone player? You could load up the Pikachu a little bit more here to prep for a potential Iono, since the Topaz Bolt attacks as discard 3 energy from this Pokemon. And you have the Resolute Heart ability. The Pikachu EX does. If the Pokemon has full HP and would be knocked out by damage from an attack, it's not knocked out, and its remaining HP becomes 10. So you see the Pikachu's kind of guaranteed to stick around for a couple turns at least. But Regidrago decks are known to play that Canceling Cologne to get through that Resolute Heart ability, so maybe you just hold the Mirage Gates here and just deal with the Iono if it comes. We'll see what our player decides. As they play a Lost Vacuum here, sending 1 card to the Lost Zone from their hand in order to send a Stadium or Tool card in play to the Lost Zone. They target their own Pokestop to deny the opponent's use of it on their next turn, since they're dead drawing Topaz Bolt, discarding those energy and KOing the opposing Regidrago V-Star. Is that essentially game now? We're seeing big swing turns in our recorded matches at our League Challenge, as Squawkabilly EX flies to the active spot on the right hand side and play resumes there with the top deck. said anything? Nope. Another motivate. 20 to the active. At least we chipped that Resolute Heart of the Pikachu EX. Accelerated a couple energy to the bench Regidrago V, and things are just gonna go back over to our opponent here. I think it was safe for our opponent potentially too to load up the Pikachu EX last turn since the opponent's hand was so low, but either way we're seeing the same result of domination here on our left hand side. So the KO is already on board, 2 more prize cards. I think they'd love to KO the opposing Regidrago V on the bench if they can. Super Rod shuffles 3 basic energy from the deck, from the discard pile back into the deck. And then there's the Mirage Gate, so I think the 2 prize is guaranteed here. Just can they knock out something a little more relevant than the Squawkabilly EX? If not, no big, you still get 2 prize cards. Radiant Greninja discards an energy to draw 2 more cards from the top of the deck with its Concealed Cards ability. Didn't want to draw into any energy there, so rewarded with a switch card being played now, moving the Comfey on the bench with the rescue board to the active spot. So that way it could do flower selecting. Look at the top 2, send 1 to the Lost Zone, send those Buddy Buddy Poffins to the Lost Zone there. We don't need to find tiny Pokemon anymore. We've got our board established, and you definitely don't want to get rid of any more energy cards if you could help it. All the options in hand. Do we even play the Course Experiment? So far, no, as the Comfey free retreats thanks to the skateboard back into that Pikachu EX. Its heart is shining right now, glittering even with the Topaz Bolt incoming here with this Mirage Gate being played. Remember to accelerate 2 different basic energy cards from the deck to Pokemon, your Pokemon, in play in any way you like. Just can they do it without having to play 2 Mirage Gate? We'll see. As Grass Energy and Metal Energy will be accelerated from the deck onto that Pikachu EX, I'm sure. Okay. Now, of course, there's experiment. I like the sequencing here. Do the Mirage Gate first, so that way you don't hit any off of the incoming Course Experiment. Looking at the top 5. Oh, still hit an energy, but we can keep that one. Alright, that was easy. Easy there. I look at the top 5, send 2 cards to the Lost Zone, sending those 2 Comfey to the Lost Zone. We don't need them anymore because there's 2 Comfey in play already. Keeping the other 3 cards in hand. Lightning Energy was pulled off of the Chorus, so that can get manually attached for turn. No need to use another Mirage Gate here, so very efficient turn our Lost Zone player is having. Man, they even play the Latias EX. Nice innovations here. Alright, nothing left to do but Topaz Bolt for 300 damage, take 2 more prize cards, discard all those energy. Regidrago V stomps into the active spot on the right hand side, and play resumes there with the Pokestop being put into play. Can't deny the Pokestop. Discarding the top 3 cards of the deck, and no items found there. Just discard 3 cards from the top of your deck. Double Grass and Stadium there. Temple of Sinnoh. Regidrago V can use its first attack, and I think it's just discard the top 3 cards of the deck. No, not looking good at all. Alright, can our Lost Zone player finish things off here this turn? We need Mirage Gate and Relevant Energy Attachment for game. Looks like they've pretty much got it. They show their opponent their hand. The opponent's like, yeah, I've seen enough. You got it. And this round goes to our Lost Zone Pikachu player. What do you guys think of this video and the commentary? Please leave feedback in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.